Hi folks, Smudge here again. On Monday night, October the 16th, 2017, my peoples are going to bring you a relatively new channel called Backwoods Raised. The proprietor of this channel answers to the name of Spicy. Guess we're going to have to ask him why that might be. But being a relatively new channel, his planned content is going to be a lot of outdoor type videos. Hunting, fishing, hiking, gardening, maybe some bushcraft. He's also going to have some videos on smokeless tobacco. All things country living. He's got a 5-year goal, but that's already had to be modified a little bit due to a work injury. He's currently employed in the oil field industry, but due to that injury, has been off work for some time. Recently had a surgery to help correct that injury, and we'll talk about that a little bit as well. But for now, we think you'll find his videos new, refreshing, and there's even some comedy thrown in. So take a look.
Hey guys and gals, what's crack-a-lackin'? Spicy here. Welcome to another video on my channel. Oh man, look at that hair. We have got to do something about well, I didn't mean for that to be so dramatic. We gotta do something about this hair. Let's see. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's a little better.
Ta-da! He didn't have to tell me we're live tonight. I watched it count down on the screen. How's everybody? Hope you had a wonderful weekend. I know we did. Took about a 7-8 hour drive on Thursday and about a 7-8 hour drive yesterday. But it was wonderful. Got together with Sullivan Family Homestead. Dana and Matt were there. And just so many other folks. It was great. If anybody ever has a chance to go to a meetup with the Homestead people, or Appalachia Conference will be in May. The Homesteaders of America Conference will be now the Appalachia Conference is in Tennessee. The Homesteaders of America Conference is in Virginia, and it'll be probably next October again. And they're both going to be for 2 days. I highly recommend it. Great time. Great time. Good people. Hey, we have to be. You know, we all know what we are like this. And like Howard said on Homesteading with the Cases, go to these conferences and the meetups, you know, people are like 3D. So we had a great hour. Spicy is our guest. And I'm sure a lot of you have already watched his videos. His mama, Southern Arc Homestead, which is Nina, she was our first live stream guest. So this is just appropriate that we finally get Spicy on, and I'm sure it's going to be a riot. So keep up with the chat. We have our moderators, and they have their wrenches ready, so behave. You never know what will happen in this room. See if we're anywhere close to being ready.
Can you say hi, Spicy?
Hey everybody, how you doing?
There he is.
And remember to put all your questions in all caps, please. I'm cutting out, Tanya? Is it just me that's cutting out? Well, I was the only one talking, so I suppose I'm the one you'd be hearing.
Okay, does it sound okay now, folks?
Now, calm down, Moose Knuckles. Not sure, Spicy's taken. He's married, has children, so.
Yeah, but he's got a hat with a tail on it.
Well, McCrae just asked what's that on his head.
I think he was out hunting today.
Okay, Country Girl says I'm cutting out also. Okay, we're going to see if we can get that, figure out what's going on here. Spicy, Sam wants to know how the wrist is feeling and if it's healing for you.
Pretty good. Today it's not been as bad as far as the hurting goes. This morning it was hurting pretty bad as far as the back of my hand and my elbow. But it's been pretty good. Hopefully it'll stay this way because, man, that pain was getting to me pretty bad.
Well, I heard your live stream with your mom was pretty interesting, though.
Oh, man. I rewatched that live stream yesterday, and I was just like, wow, I did not know that medicine had me down that bad. I was slurring my speech. My eyes was all just like I've been on a 3-day drunk.
I've never been on a 3-day drunk. I think I was on a night one.
Me neither, but...
but that was what it would feel like, right? How are we coming in? Rose, so glad to see you here tonight. There's another homesteader that Dana and I got to meet this weekend, was Wholesome Roots. Yep, that's right. And Bobby Sprinkle got injured this weekend. He has a big gash on his leg, so hope that gets healed up real fast. Any other questions you want to hit Spicy up with? Hey, Brad, how are you?
Yeah.
It's sounding good now? Good. Yeah, Wholesome Roots, you did hug my neck. I will attest to that. That was great. That was great. Best hug I had all weekend.
Okay. Spicy, got a question for you.
Yeah.
How long have you been called Spicy?
All right. I've only been called Spicy. I got that nickname about a year ago when I started my new job in the oil field.
So are you going to let us in on how you got that? I mean, is it because you grow a lot of hot peppers or something, or?
No. All right. So I cannot do spicy food whatsoever. And whenever I started this job, we were in Louisiana at the time, and then the company moved from Louisiana to Texas. One day we took a break from work and we drove over to Texas from Louisiana, which was probably about 2 hours from where our shop was. On the way, we stopped at this all-you-can-eat catfish joint right at the Texas-Louisiana line, and we all went in and everybody ordered the same thing. We got catfish. Well, the waitress asked, "Do you want regular catfish or do you want Cajun catfish?" Well, I asked her. I said, "Well, what's the difference?" And she said, "Well, the Cajun just has a little bit more seasoning to it." And I told her, I said, "Yeah, well, I don't want bland catfish. Hook me up with some Cajun catfish." So we went to the salad bar, and everybody else got salads. I don't eat much salads, but we sat down, and whenever they brought us our fish, we had pretty good sized plate of fillets, and I started eating my catfish and my hush puppies. Well, I got the first piece of catfish down, and everything was fine. Well, I started on my second piece, and it was a little spicy, but it wasn't too bad. I thought maybe it was just, something in the hush puppy. Well, I started on that third piece, and I really started feeling that heat in that catfish. I started sweating a little bit. Well, by the fourth piece, my nose started running, my eyes started watering, I started sweating, and I done drank about 8 glasses of sweet tea. And everybody started noticing what was going on and asked me if I was okay. And I tried to hold back as much as possible, but I started sweating profusely, and I just lost it. I told the waitress, bring me a whole pitcher of sweet tea, and they all got a big kick out of it. And so they started calling me Spicy, and that nickname stuck. And ever since then, they don't know who Terry is. They Spicy.
Well, Spicy, I'll let you in on a little secret. If you ever go into a Chinese restaurant and get a plate that's got one of those long, skinny peppers on it,
and your girlfriend says, "Don't eat that. Don't put it in your mouth."
Don't do it.
Yeah, listen to her.
Because it's not after a few; it's instant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, he was instant sweat.
But the end result's the same, all sweaty and
yeah. All I could do was sit back and laugh. I didn't know what I was talking about. Okay, fine.
See, I like a little bit of heat with the food, but
that's why you have me.
That was okay. Spicy, you didn't hear that.
We'll let that go and then get to the next question.
Yeah, a little bit of Tabasco sauce is fine, but just a drop, that's all I need.
Yeah, I'm a wuss. I don't do any spice. I don't even like pepper.
Well, Spicy, we know that
you're... Country Girl said...
Go ahead.
He cut out there.
I said, Country Girl said next time drink some milk. I don't think I could have got to a glass of milk fast enough.
Now, see, I always heard to eat bread.
Yeah.
When you get something spicy. Who cares as long as you can get rid of it, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Drunken one wasabi. We used to buy the freeze-dried peas, the wasabi peas. And our oldest grandson, he's 25, I think. He loves them. But he's eaten spicy food since he was a toddler, so not me. Mm-mm. No way.
So, Spicy, I know your mom's had a channel for a while. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to jump on you. You go right ahead.
Country Girl, she has a little deal going with a few people, the Reaper Pepper Challenge.
Mm-hmm.
And she asked that if I'd be interested in joining. Thank you, but absolutely no thank you.
We'll just sit and watch them fools do it, right? Oh, that one I am. Yeah, no matter what I'm doing, I'm going to be watching that live stream. May have to get some betting done on the side.
Okay, now I have a couple questions here. Your channel was started on Independence Day of this year, July the 4th. So, is there any agenda behind starting it on Independence Day? Was that independent to YouTube here, or is that just when it just happened to fall?
That's just when it just happened to fall. I was at my mom's house that weekend or during that time, and it just happened to fall on that day. I actually did not know that it was on that day until you just pointed it out.
I guess I've been asked a question. Tanya, I always listen to Cher. Now, whether or not I choose to follow what she says, well, that's a different story, but I always listen.
He's deaf in one ear and can't hear out the other, so you know that works out.
So anyway, I know you've got some big plans for your channel. From what I've heard, you've got a lot of outdoor stuff you want to do, and that, you know, you even said you had a plan. But I also know that you, I'm going to say recently, within the past half year, had I'm going to say a devastating injury. That you just, what was it, last week you required some surgery, and can you share with the folks, you know, without going into gory details, can you share with them what happened and how it's hurt you, and what how that's caused some setbacks for you?
Yeah, so I got hurt at work when I was working in the oil field, and of course it was unexpected. I wasn't planning on this to happen, but me and my mom were talking about me starting my YouTube page before I got hurt. I had some plans for my channel, but whenever I got hurt, it put a lot of setback in some of the things that I wanted to do, because, you know, with my channel, I wanted to do outdoor activities, and then with the hunting season coming up, I wanted to, you know, add some hunting shows in with my videos as well, along with some fishing videos. But with my wrist getting hurt, it really put a damper on that. Going to the doctor, you know, when I first started going to the doctor, we knew that there was no broken bones. But as far as anything else, we didn't know anything about. And as the weeks kept going and going back to the doctor, and my hand not getting any better, it was a couple months after that, the doctor said that I'm going to have surgery on my hand because my carpal tunnel nerve was damaged when my wrist was hurt. And then going in further, I had to go to a specialist to have some tests done. It wasn't just my carpal tunnel nerve; it was your nerve in your elbow, your funny bone nerve, which is called the ulnar nerve. It was damaged as well. And then I had some tendons and some ligaments on the back of my hand that was torn and ruptured that had to be fixed. So not only have I been down for 3 or 4 months, it's going to be another 3 or 4 months before I'm actually able to do any kind of physical activity for my YouTube page. So, you know, in the time being, I'm going to try to get as much as I can without hurting my hand or something that's not as physical as what I wanted.
Well, and if you don't mind, I think a lot of folks are interested, what was the injury to your hand? I mean, how did that happen? Obviously, it was an accident, but you know, I know I was kind of amazed to hear your story as far as how your wrist actually got hurt.
Okay. Is that going to interfere with our question?
Will that interfere with our question?
Good question, Spicy.
You know, that's...
Yeah, I think that...
Yeah, I think that just might.
We'll hold off on that one.
Yeah, we'll hold off on that one. Good thought. You caught me there.
We'll come back to that question.
I would have had to do some tap dancing here and come up with something else real quick and do some funny editing. So, thank you.
Yeah, we'll get back to that question and finish it up in just a little while.
Okay. So, yeah, I guess I better really make sure what questions I ask here. So tell us a little bit. Tell us a little bit about your family.
Okay. Well, I'm originally from Louisiana, and I started off in Concordia Parish, which is kind of on the east side of Louisiana, about middle ways. That's where I'm from. And then for high school, we moved up north Louisiana. My mom had some friends. So I spent high school in North Louisiana. Then after I graduated, I moved back home, and I stayed there for a little while and just kind of got bored with it. So I kind of moved back up North Louisiana, and that's where I met my wife. Me and her has been together 2 years now, and she has gracefully blessed me with a 1.5-year-old daughter, she is just a spitting image of me, and I feel sorry for her when she grows up because she looks just like me.
Well, I hope she doesn't have your beard.
No, not yet.
So, and I don't know if anybody shared this with you or not, but you're almost like a chameleon. I don't think I've remembered anybody that their appearance changes so much with just redoing their hair a little bit or shaving a little bit, or it's amazing. You look like totally different people.
And you know, I've done that for quite some time. This is actually the first time I've ever grew a beard, but I've always had, you know, a little goatee or a full goatee. And my hair, I've always had long hair. Growing up in high school and after I graduated, I actually let my hair get down to my shoulders, and I always play with it. I'd either shave everything off or let everything grow, and I've always had fun with it. My driver's license, each driver's license, you can't tell who is who because it's always a different picture.
So there's got to be a story behind this hat you're wearing.
Yeah, somebody said they thought they saw the tail moving.
Actually, I just got this hat. We moved due to my injury at work. I've been on workers' comp for going on 5 months now, and the pay with workers' comp just isn't what I was making working. So due to the financial situation, I wasn't able to stay in Texas. So to benefit me and my family, we had to move over with her family, so I can get everything, you know, restarted as far as that. And we are actually, I would say about 20 miles from the nearest town. We're out in the middle of the sticks, woods, nothing but woods around us. So I actually got this hat because we moved down here, and since I'm gonna be in the woods, I might as well give me a coon skin hat. And it goes really good with my beard.
So do you you obviously do some hunting? Do you do some trapping, or just what kind of?
I have done trapping before.
Okay.
Go ahead.
No, you go right ahead.
I have done trapping before. Really never dove headfirst into it. I've just done a little bit. I've trapped raccoons, I've trapped beavers and otters, but as far as anything else goes, that's about it. I guess my mom, she's got some problems with some hogs, so I'm probably going to get into doing some hog hunting, some hog trapping. But I've always been into hunting since I was knee-high to a grasshopper. Hunting and fishing, I love it. And it bums me out really, really bad that I'm not going to be able to do any hunting this year because of my injury.
Well, I'm a little curious, and I think this is a fair question to ask on here without getting us into problems. But what is your gun of choice for your hunting?
My gun of choice is going to have to be a 308. That was the very first gun that I hunted with. I think I was like 13, 14 when I first went hunting, and a 308 was my gun of choice. Now, if it wasn't a 308, a 44 rifle would be my next choice, but 308 by a long shot.
Do you reload your own ammunition?
I haven't lately. Now, when my grandpa was alive a couple years back, we did reload our 308 and 44 shells. Yes.
Okay.
So I mean, I know how to do it. I just haven't done it.
Okay. Very good. Do you do any archery? Any bow hunting?
Yes. Actually, 2 years ago, it may have been 3 years ago, is the first time that I ever went bow hunting. And it was actually in my mom's backyard where I went bow hunting. And I've done it for 2 years. Last year, I didn't really get to do a whole lot of it because of work. But I still went rifle hunting. But I've enjoyed it, bow hunting. Now, as a matter of fact, the reason why I didn't get to go bow hunting last year is because I took the bow that I was hunting with and I turned it into a bow fishing bow. I wanted to start getting into bow fishing, so I don't have a bow to hunt with yet this year.
Okay, so you put the spool on it and so forth, so you could use your archer in the water. I see him nodding.
Yes.
What about other sports? What you play golf or basketball? Do you have a favorite sports team or football, NASCAR?
I mean, I do watch. I do watch a little bit of football every now and then. I'm not really big into NASCAR. I haven't got into it. Now, my brother-in-law, he's real big into NASCAR, so I'll probably start watching a few more races. But now in high school, I played football, I played basketball. I've done a little bit of baseball. I ran cross country, but that was 100 pounds ago after I graduated and I got married. I started eating and didn't really care. So probably if I went out on a basketball court and tried to do some basketball, I'd probably end up in a hospital somewhere.
But, okay, do you have any, so you don't really have any, I'm going to say either national teams or college teams that you follow in any sport or anything, or just?
Not really following.
Okay.
If LSU comes on, I will watch LSU. I watch Saints every now and then. Arkansas Razorbacks. I love Arkansas Razorbacks. I've been a fan since I was a baby because my grandpa was from Arkansas, and every game that come on we would watch. Basketball. I watched a little bit of basketball last year, but really didn't get big into watching a specific team. I just root for whoever was winning.
Well, that's a good way to do it. That way you always have a winner. So.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're watching the screen or not, but there is one of your thumbnails is floating by behind you right at present here that happens to be of looks like a smoked pork butt from one of your videos. So,
oh yeah.
And it looks mighty good.
Yes, that was it was mighty good. That was my Backwoods barbecue show, the very first one I had. And actually, that was the very first time smoking anything. I've never smoked anything on the grill, and that was my first attempt at it. I spent about 3 days doing some research so I didn't mess anything up, and it paid off because that thing was delicious.
Well, it certainly looks good. Making me hungry. So are you gonna
And it took all.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say it took all day. It took 11 hours to cook that roast.
So are you going to continue with some barbecue shows, and is that going to go off in another direction on your channel here?
Yeah, I wanted that to be sort of one of the directions that I go on my channel. Like I said in my intro video, anything that has to do with the outdoors, I want to have on my channel. Now, there may, if I do a video today, tomorrow the next video might not, follow the video I did the day before, but everything will kind of be outdoors. Anything outdoors is what I want to have on my channel. The Backwoods Barbecue Show.
I can just see it now. Spicy's Barbecue Show without the heat.
Grizz wants to know how many.
Without the heat.
Grizz wants to know how many pussycats have you trapped. Only Grizz.
Oh, Grizz and kitty cat.
You got it.
And you know what? I've actually trapped one bobcat.
Well, I guess that qualifies as a kitty cat, doesn't it?
And
that's got to qualify.
Kelly is asking, do you trap at all?
Currently,
I don't trap anymore. I haven't trapped in about 5 or 6 years.
Well, maybe Grizz can send you a hammer.
I'll tell you what, he sent me a hammer, I'll take care of some kitty cats.
Oh, Lord. Nina, help. Okay, let's see what we got.
So, in growing up, just for curiosity's sake, did you go through like maybe any scouting organizations or anything like that, or did you gather all of your outdoorsman stuff from family, friends? I don't know. Just give us a bit of background. Where'd you get your love of the outdoors?
Well, growing up, and a little funny story. I'm gonna call Mama out on this right quick. Growing up, when I was in, I think it was the 5th grade. Me and my brother were in the 5th grade, and we actually started Boy Scout. My mom, she was the school bus driver for our school at the time, and I think it was like twice a week we'd go into town and to a little Boy Scout meeting. And I think I was in Boy Scouts for probably about a month. And then we were getting ready for our very first camping trip. Man, we was all excited. I done had my camping bag ready. I had me a little pocket knife that my grandpa gave me. My brother had his stuff ready. Well, the Friday before we went camping, our report card come out. And I had a couple bad grades on our report card, and Mama just straight up took us out of Boy Scout. You make a bad grade, you don't get to go to Boy Scout. And so my Boy Scout time kind of come to a dead stop at that moment. So never got to do any Boy Scouts or anything like that. I dated a Girl Scout once. That was about it. So growing up, my grandpa, he was my father figure. I didn't have a dad growing up. My dad was, I was about 4 years old when my dad passed away. And so my grandpa on my mama's side, he really stepped in and took that father figure role. So everything that I've learned and everything that I am today is because of him. We would spend, growing up, we would go every weekend to his house. During the summer, we would spend all summer at his house. So everything that I am that you see today, he is responsible for.
Great. So, do you do any canning, preserving, that type of stuff? Or I know you have a garden. We haven't really gone into that area yet, but do you do food preservation, canning, prepping?
I have done a few canning with my mom quite a few times now. Me and my wife, we got into it as well. I guess about 7 months ago, we got into doing some canning, and we've done some wild blackberry jelly, and I've done some pepper jelly, and both of those, they turned out great. And then I get hurt at work, so I wasn't able to do much of anything else. And my wife, she tried to keep going, but then she ended up getting sick, so she was down for about 3 to 4 months. She was down. So as far as the canning with us goes, we haven't really got back into it. We plan on it because she got a pressure cooker for I want to say Christmas or her birthday. Mama got her a pressure canner, and I got her all the water bath canning and all the good stuff, all the knickknacks. So I really want to get back into it, and I'm hoping that my wife will get her YouTube page going, and so she will have all that on her page, so it don't clutter mine. But I love the idea of it. I've watched many people that's here on the chat tonight. I've watched, and just the stuff that you can do with canning and the process and the preservation, I love it, and I really want to get into it big. It's just interesting to me.
Okay, sounds great. Well, Spicy, it's getting to be about time here, so I think we're going to have to make this a trivia question. So let me throw this on the screen.
Question.
Yep, let me throw this on the screen here, and we'll see if anybody is paying attention.
All right.
Okay. Simple rules, lots of fun. You can only win once every 4 weeks. You must be the first person to answer the question correctly in the chat window as it is received and recorded on the stream here, as you see on the screen. And the third rule is you must send us an email with your mailing address within 48 hours, please, to twofamilyhomestead@gmail.com. If we don't have a mailing address, we can't send you your $2. And we really kind of want to share the $2 bills. So please, if you do win, just drop us an email. We're not going to spam you. We won't sell your name to anybody else. You won, plain and simple. So let's take a look.
Yeah, but first things first. Nina, you can't play. Okay.
Well, she can't. All right. So let me, where am I? Here we go. Question number 1. What was Spicy's profession prior to going into the oil field industry? And I'm watching the chat intently. As Southern Orc says, crapola. Finger Lakes prepper. Law enforcement.
Very good.
PC truck, pop. Yeah, Finger Lakes prepper, law enforcement. Very good.
I'm surprised Daniel didn't answer.
Awesome.
McCrae Family Homestead says pole dancer.
How did I know she'd say that?
No, I didn't make it in that profession. I fell off a couple times and bumped my head on the floor, and I gave up. I quit, walked out.
Mama, did you know he did that?
Okay, Finger Lakes Prepper, please send us an email to familyhomestead@gmail.com. If your Finger Lakes Prepper ID is not somehow into the email, please let us know who you are in the email so that we can...
Bandana suggested he was a ballet dancer.
A ballet dancer?
Ballet dancer, yeah.
Well, Samwise thinks Chippendale.
Well, you know.
Oh, my. Well, Spicy, if nothing else, you've got a lot of people recommending a lot of different professions for you.
Yeah, I see that.
Rebel Rose, Connie, you asked, how about garden stuff? Do you mean like, does he do gardening, or what type of stuff does he grow? Not sure how you want that to go.
Yeah, Rebel Rose, she asked me just a second ago, have I done any dehydrating? And I did let her know in comments that I have done some dehydrating. I've done jerky, and actually done a video, and it's on my channel, of me doing the beef jerky. And I'm wanting to do some more dehydrating. I've seen a couple videos of dehydrating greens, like spinach and kale. And then my mom, she does a lot of dehydrating, and some of the things that she has done, me and my wife are wanting to do. And I'll go right into her question about the gardening. I did have a garden when I was living in Texas. Whenever we moved, I was trying to figure out what I was going to do as far as bringing my garden with me, because I didn't have many plants. I had, I think, 6 tomato plants, 3 bell pepper, a cucumber, and a squash, and then I had some kale planted in the front yard. I actually did get a couple buckets and tried to dig up some of the tomato plants and a bell pepper and some of the kale, but they did not last more than 2 days, and so I failed at it. But that's okay. I still got plenty of seeds, and whenever springtime comes, I will definitely have another garden going, and hopefully I won't have my right wing clipped and be full force. And I'm wanting to really get a raised bed going, because as some of the videos that I've watched as far as gardening, I really like the responses coming back from a raised garden bed.
Okay, and just a little tiny bit off the path here. I see Part-Time Permies is in the room. Would you please drop us an email? I want to chat with you. So Part-Time Permies, please drop us an email to familyhomestead@gmail.com. So back to your show, Spicy. With your garden, how big of a garden did you have?
It wasn't very big. I think in my backyard, I had probably about 4 foot, maybe 12 foot long section that I tilled up. Like I said, I had a squash plant, a cucumber plant, 3 bell pepper, and like 6 tomato plants. And in the front yard, I had kale planted. So it wasn't big. I couldn't do much because of my arm, and it was really going great. I have those videos on my channel from whenever I started. I have a couple fails in there, and then I have some parts where I succeeded, and at the end, like I said, I tried to dig them up and replant them in a pot and bring them with me. It didn't work out. They died within a couple of days. So as soon as spring gets here, I'm gonna get another garden going.
So And I have to ask this because I know that that your mother is. Are you a beekeeper too?
I don't have bees here in Arkansas with me. All my beekeeping that I've done it with Mom. When she started beekeeping, I come into the picture about a year later because I was off back living at home, and then when I moved back home, I got into beekeeping with her, and I think we've done it for a year or two together, and then I moved off a couple hours down the road. So I've done the beekeeping with her. We started, straight from scratch. I've built bee boxes. I've sold bee boxes. We went and done bee extractions. We've had some successes. And we've also had some major fails. And then, we've harvested honey. I think our biggest run was not last year, but the year before that. I think we got like 10 or 13 gallons of honey. Now we only had 5 beehives, so to us that was quite a good bit of honey. So everything has to do with the bees. I've done it all. Well, not all, but I've done most of it, and it was a great experience, and I definitely want to pick that back up as well as soon as I get everything going here.
Okay, well, Spicy, we've got a master gardener in the chat with us here.
We also have someone asking.
Old Alabama Gardener, who asked a question. Should I ask that one or that one first?
I don't. Go ahead.
Okay, Old Alabama Gardener has asked, "What is your favorite vegetable to grow?"
Oh, I thought that was
my favorite vegetable to grow is tomatoes. My grandpa, growing up, my grandpa loved tomatoes. He had a couple of tomato plants growing right beside his house in a little flower bed that he made, and we would eat tomatoes with a little salt and pepper on it growing up. So I've always liked tomato plants, and every year that I've done a garden, I've always made sure that I took care of my tomato plants. I usually go for the Better Boy tomatoes just because I like the size of them. They're not too big and they're not too small. They make great slices for some bologna sandwiches. I'm all about the bologna, so tomatoes and bologna go good together. So that's going to be my favorite plant to grow is tomato plants.
Now, do you fry that bologna?
It's not pepper plants.
Do you fry that bologna?
I'm not real big on fried bologna. Straight out of the refrigerator onto a sandwich with some mayonnaise and tomatoes. Oh, can't beat it.
See, mine goes in the frying pan. Cut the round so it doesn't get a big bubble in the middle and look like it's pregnant bologna, and fry it up. Throw some Swiss cheese on it and some mayonnaise, and good to go.
Oh, bacon, lettuce, and tomato. Charles, that sounds good right now.
Oh yeah, BLT is good.
Well, hi, Pick Rick. Glad to see that you made it here this evening. Now, did you have another question?
No, that was Finger Lakes Prepper asked that also, so I didn't realize they both did.
Okay. Same thing here. Talk about your vinyl cutting. Your mother is requesting this.
Yes. Me and my wife, we got into doing vinyl cutting probably about 3 or 4 months ago. I don't have any here with me at the moment, but we got into vinyl cutting because I wanted to get my logo cut out for my truck, and she started doing T-shirts. So we got us a pretty hefty size vinyl cutter. This is a 12-inch vinyl cutter, and she also does wooden signs. I think in a couple of my live streams that I've done with my mom, I've had them in the background behind me, showing some of the signs that she does. And then also I do my own T-shirts for my YouTube channel, Backwoods Raised, with my little logo on it. So, and then I've had a couple people ask me to do some signs for them as well, some vinyl stickers. Actually, I'm working on a design for McCray Family Homestead at the moment. I'm just about done with it, just trying to get Photoshop worked around everything. And then I've done a vinyl sticker for Cav 7 that I got to get in the mail to him. I just finished it up. That's Cav 7 sticker for his vehicle. So, I mean, it's just something we picked up to do on the side, just something fun. She's made a couple $dollars out of it. I've made a couple $dollars out of it. I had a couple people ask me to purchase my shirt. So it's all been a little fun, just something to do since I don't, can't go to work. Might as well find something to buy my time.
Well, I know that your mother is quite a painter. Did you also inherit any of the painting? So you have some of the art background that's not fallen far from the tree.
If I painted a picture, you wouldn't be able to tell what it was.
Oh, okay.
But I don't paint. Now, as far as arts and crafts goes, I have plenty of stuff that I do. I do glass etching. I haven't really done anything on my channel, but therefore about 2 or 3 years, I done glass etching, and I do glass etching with a handheld Dremel and a etching bit. I've done beer mugs. I've done pictures, different designs. I've done quite a few things for like Louisiana State Police and stuff like that. And anything else arts and craftsy, I haven't really done. Just the glass etching, I really was good at, and then just I do woodworking. That's about it.
Well, I'm going to take you off the screen for just a moment because it makes the picture bigger, but I'm going to share with the folks here something that Sherry and I received in the mail from your mother. Mm-hmm. That's I'm going to call it a Christmas tree ornament,
yeah,
perhaps.
I would say so.
But this is a painted ornament. So let me move over here, and I think maybe perhaps you can see me a little bit better now. But now let's see. I got to get the right way. This is
Smudge.
A picture of Smudge. This is painted on a very lightweight, I don't know if it's like a balsa wood or just what it is, but that's hand painted. Very, very nice.
And that's the third item I've received from Nina. I also got the koi fish, and she painted the cardinal on the front of the card for
So anyway, Nina, thank you very much. You do outstanding work.
And if anybody wants those would make great Christmas, Hanukkah, birthday gifts, whatever. I enjoy you, Sherry. Here's a gift. I don't know. She has a blog site, I think. Let me see if I can find it. And if I do, I'll go ahead and post it. So, floor is all yours, Spicy. I know there was some There's a question up here. Let's see. Oh, Robin, if that's you. Coco Noel wants to know what brand of cutter you use.
Yeah, I sent her an answer in the chat. I was trying to find the name brand on this cutter, but I can't seem to see it anywhere. It's not a Cricket or a Brothers. I know I got it off Amazon. This cutter was about $220. It's probably about 40 pounds, but I don't see the name on it, and the paperwork is boxed up in a box somewhere.
Okay, well, let's get another trivia question, because we do have two of those tonight. So hang on, Spicy, grab a drink of water, and we'll get the next trivia question out of the way.
Alrighty.
Okay, let me go over the rules again real quick. You can only win once every 4 weeks. You must be the first person to answer the question correctly in the chat window as it is received and recorded on the stream here at Two Family Homestead. And please, you must send us an email with your mailing address within 48 hours to twofamilyhomestead@gmail.com. So those are the simple rules. If everybody is ready, we'll go on with the next question here. And Bob Homestead is saying 7. That's not the answer. So here we go. Question number 2. How did Spicy injure his wrist? At work doesn't count, country girl. We need to know how. Forklift pancake accident, got crushed. Daniel.
He's trying.
He's got it.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. I just thought of pancake.
But no, Daniel got my judge. Yeah. I don't know that pancake belongs in there, but forklift is a forklift accident. And I think we have to give it to you. So, and Daniel, I want to share with you, we had considered asking a question that pancake would be the answer just so you could win once. But, Spicy, we have a winner. Daniel God is my judge.
Yes, I see that.
So.
I see that he got it. He had to throw pancakes in there, though.
Yeah, I saw that too. And BC Truck, from beating up on the guys that try to date his pretty mama. Okay.
Big Bear is in the room.
Kimberly Gotchi. One win, woohoo. Okay. Trying to take the mic from Doug.
Ricky Geeks said doing something he should not.
So anyway, we have our second winner. Thanks so much. We appreciate you y'all playing along. Daniel, send us an email with your mailing address, please.
Trying to look up something.
Yeah, he said Daniel said that he watches all the time. He does. Every video that I've made, he's made comments. So if he wasn't just threw out pancake, I knew he'd get at least one of these questions.
All right.
B Lady asked, can he go get a glass etching and show us?
Actually, all of my etchings are packed up at the moment.
Yeah, because you just moved.
I'll have to do a video of my etchings and throw it up on the channel so everybody can see them. But yeah, they are packed up at the moment.
Okay. Well, so now we got you some new content for your channel. Spicy's etchings.
Yeah. I've got quite a few good ideas going that I really want to get going for my channel. Just haven't been able to do any of them yet. And with the ideas, I can make quite a few videos with it. So as far as you come with this writer's block as far as coming up with videos, I think I'm pretty well safe as soon as I can get this little wing fixed. But yeah, I'll have to get those etchings up.
Okay, I guess Southern Art's going to email us a photo of one of these.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to take over, I'll grab that picture and get it so I can put it on the screen for people.
Oh, she's sending it now?
Well, that's what I had assumed.
Okay. Are you sending it now, Nina?
You ain't doing that.
And Jason or Robin, I'm not sure who it is, but thank you very much for stopping in. We always love seeing you in the chat.
We understand about still recuperating from the conference.
Yeah, we are too, and we're older than you are. Okay, part-time premies, thanks for stopping in. All right, you go ahead. I'll go check the mail here.
Go ahead, Spicy.
I just started this YouTube channel, like they said, in July. This isn't my first time being on YouTube. Probably about 10 years ago, I started a YouTube channel. It wasn't a whole lot, wasn't really interesting content. I had a pet snake. It was a ball python. I've done a couple videos, talking about ball pythons and keeping up with ball pythons and stuff like that. But really never got any responses from any of my videos. So I kind of got bummed out on it and really quit. I kept my YouTube channel because I still had the people I was subscribed to, but I never done any videos. And then a couple years back, I started talking to Mama that I wanted to start up a new YouTube channel and have it all about the outdoors. So I started this channel here, Backwoods Raised. Now, I do plan on my other channel. I'm not really going to put it up here because it really isn't any point of anybody going and subscribing to my other channel. But I want to do some videos and put on that channel that has to do with other stuff that isn't outdoors. I don't want to stray away from the theme of my channel, so I want to put those videos on my other channel just for whoever in the YouTube world wants to watch. Me and my wife, right before she got sick, we actually tried to start a diet. And we were the whole experience, and we were going to put that on the other channel, because maybe it would inspire somebody else. But she ended up getting sick, and we never got to finish that project. And then also, I have a little, I guess you can call it a hobby that I like to do. I actually kind of diddle around in the stock market, and I'm wanting to do kind of like I did with my gardening videos, kind of like beginner stock market from a beginner stock marketer. And I want to put those videos on the other channel as well. That way, none of them are, interfering with my theme on this channel.
We're talking about you, Spicy.
My whole point to this. my whole point to this was that I didn't just come up and say, hey, I want to start a YouTube channel. I've been in YouTube for quite some time. I just really never done it. And then me and my mom were talking about it one day, and then she started her YouTube channel, and I guess it really got me off my butt and like, you know what, Terry, you really need to do this. And because Mama can do it and she works every day, there's no reason that you can't do it. And maybe somebody will enjoy watching my videos. So I've done it. I got my channel going. I think to myself, I got a couple good videos on there, and I enjoy, if I make somebody laugh, whether they're laughing with me or at me, it doesn't bother me. But as long as somebody's laughing, my day is a success. Hey, I see that Cap 7 is in the house, everybody. Cap 7, welcome to this live stream. I'm glad you come and joined us.
Yeah, we got something from Cab 7 we could put up there too. We had a wonderful visit Thursday night on our way to Virginia. We stopped and met with Cab 7, and he's just as much of a gentleman and as kind-hearted in person as he seems to be on his live streams. He is truly a gem. I'll see if Daryl can go grab what he gave us. He's trying to get Daryl's trying to get your glass etching up here.
Yeah, we'll get this.
It's a hummingbird.
Okay.
Oh, the hummingbird.
Yeah.
Yes, I've done that one. That was a great one.
Why, it sure is. My goodness. Now, do you do all that freehand?
I do all of it freehanded. Well, no, I take it back. I do have a picture behind the glass that I'm using as a stencil. But once I get the outline, I just took it off, and I do that handheld Dremel with a etching bit, and just take my time and slowly etch everything in. And it's really not as easy as it sounds, because I have done plenty of etchings and just totally shattered my glass, because I'm using the glass on a picture frame. So they're not very thick. The slightest wrong bump when you're doing that grinding will shatter that glass.
So you actually grind that with a like a Dremel tool type piece of equipment, I guess.
Yeah. It's a little Dremel tool, and it has a little bit that's used for etching.
Amazing. Very nice.
She was telling us about your tarantula. Your mother was telling us about your tarantula. So she says, it's stop.
I've had quite a few different reptiles and
breathing after she
stuff like that. I've had tarantulas. I've had
after she stepped on it?
I've had snakes, and every one of them my mom has dispatched. My tarantula I went somewhere for the weekend, come back, and my tarantula is dead. I had a scorpion. Went off one weekend, I come back, my scorpion is dead. So she's made very sure that everything that I brought home, I didn't keep for very long.
We had our oldest grandson living with us for a while, and he must have been 10, 11, 12, and his mother bought him some tree frogs. She bought the aquarium that went with it and the whole bit. And tree frogs eat crickets, so we used to go to the pet store and get him they would, I don't know how they would do it, a bag of crickets, and he was scared of them. So instead of him taking out 1 or 2 crickets at a time, he would hurry up and open the lid to the aquarium, stick the bag in there and shake it, then close the lid. So here's, I don't know what, 25 or 50 crickets for 2 tree frogs. Yeah, we had crickets all over the house. We found, when he moved out, we found dead tree frogs in the closet. That was a fun adventure. This is when we stopped when we stopped and visited with Cab 7 on Thursday evening. He gave us something before we left. Daryl's trying to
get it so it's not glaring.
Get it so it's not going to glare.
But it's a photograph. He's a photographer, for those of you that didn't know.
And that is a actual sunset in Pennsylvania. I think that's what he said.
Yeah.
So
beautiful picture.
It's already framed, so I'm going to, Daryl's sister does, well, it's already matted. I think she may have a frame that might fit it. Going to get that beautiful picture up on the wall.
So much thanks to Cab 7. We appreciate it very much.
Yep.
Now we just got to get some of this glass from Spicy.
There we go. We'll be all set. Hey, Harry. Glad you could stop. Let's see. Oh, June Gall says she used to have a water dragon and frogs. I've never seen I don't even know what a water dragon is. Smaller version of Pete's dragon?
I suppose.
Now,
okay.
So Spicy, what's your problem?
The last...
I'm sorry, go ahead.
What's that?
Well, my question is...
No, I was just going to say the last reptile I had...
Okay. Spicy, what's the prognosis on your wrist? When do you think you'll regain full use of it, or will you? I mean, is there a rehabilitation process you need to go through here now? And
well, since we're done with the trivia question, I guess I'll go kind of into detail of what happened right quick. To make a long story short, I was at work. We were moving another location to our location, and we had just 18-wheeler after 18-wheeler coming in with pallets of oilfield equipment. We were unloading the 18-wheelers, and all my job was to stand out there and tell the forklift drivers where to put the pallets. It was, they hired some contract workers to come out and move everything. So these were 2 contract workers working on the forklift. The 18-wheeler would come in. I had one forklift driver on one side of the 18-wheeler, and I had another forklift driver on the other side of the 18-wheeler. Because the pallets was loaded in 2 rows. So one forklift driver was on the left side of the 18-wheeler unloading a pallet, and then on the other side of the 18-wheeler was a pallet of pipe. Now I noticed that this pallet did not have any straps on the pipe, so if a forklift would have picked it up, the pipe would have rolled off, and these pipes were, 300-400 pounds each. So what I was going to do is take a piece of 2x4 and put on the pallet and use it as a chalk, so whenever they pick it up, the pipe don't roll off. Well, as I was placing the 2x4 on the pallet, the forklift driver on the other side of the 18-wheeler reached over and picked that pallet up, and I mean, he didn't take no time at all. He reached in there and just all of a sudden just picked it up. Well, at the same time, my hands was on that pallet, and he picked it up. Well, there was a rail that went all the way down the 18-wheeler. When he picked that pallet up, the pallet pinned my wrist to the bottom of that rail, and it pretty much stopped. Now, I don't know if he was trying to situate himself to come back or if my arm stopped it. I doubt my arm stopped it because these forklifts can pick up a lot. But he stopped it just in time that it didn't totally snap my arm off. So I guess the driver of the 18-wheeler was able to holler at the forklift driver to tell him, to drop the load because he did not have a spotter at all. And he was not supposed to be picking up the pallet that I was working on. I did not break any bones, but like I said, I did mess up my carpal tunnel nerve because of the crush injury, and it did mess up my funny bone nerve. And also it tore some tendons and ligaments in the back of my hand, and there's a tendon going from your pointer finger. It totally ruptured that tendon. It was not attached whatsoever. Now, after the surgery, the doctor did say that the tendon going from my pointer finger, he couldn't do anything with it, so he attached it to another tendon. Now, he says that it shouldn't affect anything, but my guess is he's just trying to make me feel better. I don't see how you can have a tendon go to a finger and it not affect anything, but they said that I will be in a cast for 6 weeks, and then if I'm healing fine, I will start physical therapy. So I'm hoping for the best, and that's all I can do really is just hope for the best.
Sure.
That's true.
Sure.
It was asked of you, they want to know why you brought home an alligator.
Oh yeah, man. Okay, so we actually lived on a bayou at that point in time, back home from where we're from. And every day, every weekend, I was in a boat in that bayou doing some fishing. Well, the bayou was well known to have some alligators. Well, one day I was out there, and I'm gonna have to say I was probably about 15 years old. I was out there, I had some trout lines running through that bayou trying to catch me some catfish, and I spotted this little alligator. Now, at first, he didn't seem that big. I just seen his head. Well, I paddled my little pirogue over to him, and I grabbed him. Well, I was on the other side of the bayou, and whenever I grabbed him, my boat sunk. So I had to walk all the way down and back up around this bayou, which was probably about a mile. And I had this alligator, which ended up being about a 4-foot alligator, underneath my arms. And I was proud. I was walking tall. Didn't have no rubber boots on because I done left them in the bayou. Just had on some overalls. I come inside. Mama, she's in there working on something on the computer. And I tell Mama, hey, Mama, can I keep him? She turns around. I got a 4-foot alligator underneath my arm. She freaks out. I freak out because she's freaking out. The alligator's freaking out because we're both freaking out. And I didn't get to keep it, so I had to go let it back. So I still hear that he's still living in that bayou today.
Just a tad bigger, right?
I guess that's a better answer than well, appetizers.
Boots or a handbag. Oh my goodness. Oh gosh. That was funny. I can just imagine Nina. Oh Lordy.
I will tell you, Mama's had her hands full. She's got me. I got a younger brother, which is 1.5 years younger than I am. And then we've had our little sister that's had to grow up with 2 brothers. So she's had her hands full with us. We gave her room for her money. She's a tough woman. She done it all by herself all those years. And I say she's raised 3 great kids, so we turned out great. My brother, he's a little hard-headed, but that's not my fault. So, I mean, hats off to my mom. She's done a great job.
Your brother was in the chat here earlier. I don't know if he still is or not.
I don't know if he is or not.
What? Did I miss him?
Yeah, he must have.
Yeah, he was in the chat earlier.
Nina, is your other son here also? I guess I could just type in his name and see if he's here.
Oh.
Yeah, he's still in here.
Oh.
There you go. He's back there lurking, just listening to all the stories you're going to tell about him.
Okay, here's
He's just listening. Now, he's got his hands full.
He has his hands full?
Yeah, his girlfriend, I think, has 3 kids. So when he met his girlfriend, he went straight into also having 3 kids, because whenever you date somebody with kids, you got those kids to deal with as well.
Are there any other questions? This has been great.
Yeah, it's been a very, very, very fun evening.
Yep.
It has been. It's been wonderful.
You're right, Sam. This is a fine young man that she has brought up. You're correct, and I'm sure her other 2 children.
Well, and BC Truck just gave Nina quite the compliment here as well, too.
Oh, there we go.
You see it?
Yes. Yes, she does.
She has great skills.
Yes, she does. Mm-hmm.
And growing up, I don't really ever remember her doing any painting. So where she got this painting skill from, it baffles me. She only started painting, about 5 years ago, Mom? And she come out with just this amazing painting. I'm just like, wait a minute, where'd this come from? Now she's always been, a real talented person. She's done sewing. She makes quilts. She's made quilts for me. We've made quilts together, and I think she was even in this little quilting group. And then she was also she's done hair before. She had her own little barbershop, and just the stuff that she's done with hair is amazing. She's actually won contests at beauty pageants with her hair that she's done. So I don't know where she gets it from. I have no idea. I don't know where she gets the time for all this, because 24/7 she's had a job, with us growing up. So it's just, I don't know. I have no idea.
Okay, and samwise.
But I think this interview is about me and not my mama.
Well, that's good. That's good, because we have a question here for you. Samwise wants to know, what is your favorite game to hunt, and salt or freshwater fishing?
My favorite game to hunt is going to have to be ducks. I would say deer, because I've done that growing up, but I spent about 4 years duck hunting, and just the amount of stuff that you have to go through for duck hunting is kind of outrageous. I mean, it's not just like deer hunting. You go in the woods, throw some corn out, and wait for a deer to come. The duck hunting that I've done is mainly wood duck hunting, and going out in a pasture and shooting some skeets is not going to prepare you for wood duck hunting, because whenever you go wood duck hunting, these wood ducks, they come in either in the morning or at night to roost. These wood ducks come in at 40, 50 miles an hour landing. So you've really got to know what you're doing as far as shooting, and you got to spend quite some time learning the
the ducks, patterns as far as coming into roost or coming into feed. Now, I have not got into doing any turkey hunting. I've watched plenty of it, and if I ever go turkey hunting, that'd probably be my best, but duck hunting is my favorite. I've done a little saltwater fishing. I went down to South Louisiana and done a little bit of red fishing, but freshwater, catfishing all the way. Anything to have to do with catfishing, I'm all about. The only thing I haven't done with catfishing is going noodling, which is you basically catch catfish with your bare hands. I have not done that yet, and I will do that one day in the future.
Well, something has very much cleared up on your internet connection because your audio has just gotten awesome. It's coming through crystal clear right now.
And someone's asking if you have done ice fishing.
I've never done any ice fishing. I grew up in Louisiana. I've never been anywhere outside of Louisiana except for Texas and Arkansas and Mississippi. So I've never been anywhere to do any ice fishing.
Yeah, for him to find ice, he'd have to go into the freezer section.
Yeah. Yeah,
I went and bought some fish sticks. Is that ice fishing?
I think we can qualify that as some ice fishing. All right. Spicy, I think you're going to have to explain to B-Lady noodling just a little bit more because she made a very observant comment here that aren't catfish on the bottom, and certainly that's frequently where you find catfish. But so explain noodling.
Okay, so like I said, I've never done it before. Now my mom, she has told me many stories of my dad going noodling. What noodling is a lot of times somebody will take a 55-gallon drum and sink it in the river or a lake or a bayou and leave it there for quite some time, and catfish will use that 55-gallon drum with the hole cut in it as a nest. They will make that their home.
Wow.
If you don't have that, you can go into like rivers and lakes, and you can find holes that catfish make in the mud or in the side of a bank of a river. What you do is you find these holes or these 55-gallon drums, and you go down to the bottom with your bare hands, and you stick your hand in that hole. What a catfish does is it sits down at the bottom of the river in their hole or in their little home, and they wait for something to swim in. When it does, these catfish mouth, they're humongous. I can fit my whole head in these catfish's mouth. They will just make a big suction and grab whatever swims in their hole. They will eat other fish. They will eat turtles. So anything that goes in there, they automatically bite down on. So you just take your hand and you just stick it in that hole and wait for that catfish to latch on. And you just grab on the inside of their gills and hold on for dear life and swim for the top, because a lot of these fish are 15, 20 pounds. So you're catching these with your bare hand.
Well, aren't there commercials where they show, a while back there were some guys were on the end of a boat and they put their hands down in the water? Weren't those catfish that they would bring up?
Yeah.
It's like, how idiotic is that? I guess it really is something they do, right?
Yes, it is really something they do.
Okay, folks. I'll stick with a pole and some worms on the end of a hook.
I want to make a comment. Brenda Duncan said there's no better eating fish than spoonbill catfish. And then my mama commented that spoonbill are protected here. I want to make a correction. In 2014, spoonbill was taken off the endangered species list, and you are allowed to catch 5 spoonbill in 1 year.
Oh, you have seasons for spoonbill in Missouri. I'll be darned. And B Lady wants to know what you're drinking before you do this. Spicy.
I am drinking a Diet Coke.
Oh, see there? Person after my own heart.
I have not put the beer in the refrigerator, and I put my pain pills in the cabinet because I knew I was going to be doing this live stream.
Okay, samwise, I don't know what a Norway is. I guess I'll have to look that up. But Samwise says he caught a Norway in Alaska noodling a few weeks ago.
Gosh,
man, I'd love to go to Alaska and do some fishing.
And B Lady assures us, or assures the spoonbill, that they're safe with her around.
And Samwise goes a noodling for tiger shark and orcas. All righty. Aren't those the ones that would eat you, Sam?
Daniel says they are no longer endangered since Spicy started trying to catch them.
Oh, gosh. I'm not sure where this is going to.
Okay, and Andy's Backyard and Shop says, I love catfishing, but I ain't about to use my bare hands here in Alabama. There's too many snakes to do that. That's why I got fishing poles.
Yeah, that's what I say.
And you know, no, it's not Alabama. It's I think it's Georgia. There's actually a big group of people that go noodling in Georgia.
I think it's more of a southern sport. I don't think anybody around here does that. I've yet to see somebody.
It's mainly a southern sport.
Can you see them at Cedar Point? That one bridge you all go where everybody feeds those catfish. Everybody down in the little part of the of Lake Erie.
Those are koi.
Those aren't koi. There's the catfish are the ones that come to the top to get the bread. That's not koi. It's catfish.
Okay.
I'd bet you on that, but I don't know when the next time we're going to get to Cedar Point is. I don't think I can walk it if I couldn't do this weekend. Yeah, B-Lady wants to know what else is living in those holes. B-Lady, I'm not sure we want to know.
I'm not sure I want to know, and that's mainly one of the reasons I haven't really done it yet to this day, because I don't want to reach my hand in there and be a big old loggerhead waiting.
And then your mom says, think of this boy times 2, and that was your father. Oh, Brenda, they used to skip school and go hand fishing. There you go.
And Grizz wants to know if you've ever noodled a water moccasin.
I've never noodled a water moccasin. I try to stay far away from them things.
And Finger Lakes Prepper is informing people that the tow motor is just a cover story.
He actually hurt his hand noodling gators. So. Write some of these down there, Spicy, so you know what kind of excuses you can give when people watch their faces.
And,
oh yeah.
And Daniel says catfishing makes for a great first date. There you go. All right.
There you go.
So, anybody else got any questions here for our young guests this evening? And just so everybody knows,
I will say that I think in a couple of my videos, I have stated that I was wanting to do some shooting videos. I don't think at this moment I'm going to have any videos on my channel as far as shooting because of some of these YouTube regulations and rules. Kind of don't want my channel being shut down. So until all that passes over, I'm going to kind of ease up on the gun videos.
I can understand that. I don't know if I think anything with the gun in it, they're gonna jump on that video. I don't know how much it affects the entire channel, but Yeah, they've we've gotten our share. I don't think there's a week goes by we don't get flagged for something.
Flagged and at least one thumbs down within 5 minutes of the video going up.
Oh yeah, yeah. We have somebody that just loves to give us a thumbs down. And lately there's been two. Lately there's been two. So I don't know if they got a friend or anyway. Kelly PB Fam, do you smoke any other animals?
Do I smoke any other animals as far as cooking or as far as shooting them? Or
I'm going to guess that has to do with cooking because obviously you showed the pork butt. So I guess she's wanting to know, do you smoke maybe chicken or smoke beef ribs or?
I haven't yet. That pork butt was my very first time ever to smoke anything, but I do plan on doing a whole lot more smoking. I got a smoker for Christmas last year, so definitely want to get some more smoking done.
Well, I'd say you had a wonderful success on that first attempt. It certainly looked good.
Yeah.
No.
And actually, I had that smoker for quite some time, and I watched Grizz 270. He done a little video of smoking something on an open fire, and because he done that, made me want to do a smoking video.
There you go, Grizz. You inspired him.
Well, and his mom said when we catch a hog, we're going to smoke some bacon.
So
yeah.
So where you live, there are some wild boar running around?
Where I'm at now, yes. We've had a couple people say that we've got some hogs running around, and hopefully we can take care of a few of those. And Mom, she only lives just about an hour away from me, and she just found out that she said she's got quite a few hogs running around her place that we're wanting to get.
So is that considered to be a pest animal there? Is it open season year round on a wild boar, or is there seasons for it, or how is that handled in that area?
Here in this area, in most of the South, they are a nuisance animal. I'm wanting to say 2010, they made it open season for wild hogs. And in 2011, they made it to where you can use any means necessary to take these hogs out. You can hunt at night. You can hunt with night vision, thermal vision. The only time that they shut that part of the season off is during deer season. You can't hunt hogs at night during deer season, but after deer season, it's open season all year round, 24/7.
Nice. And obviously that's probably by state, folks. So don't, if you're not in the state that he's in, don't just take that as gospel. Check your local hunting laws. But
yes, I do know that in Texas, Louisiana, I do believe Arkansas, Mississippi, Alabama, and Georgia, and Florida all have those rules.
Okay. Well, it has been a wonderful evening.
Yeah.
And it has been. It's been an hour and 40 minutes, folks, and we certainly appreciate everybody that's in the chat. We're glad that you're all here.
They have wild boar where you're at, B-Lady? And open hunting year-round? In New York?
No, where they have their place in Florida.
Oh, where we have the place in Florida. Gotcha, sorry. Missed that part.
Grandpa's place said that you can hunt hogs in Texas with fully automatic weapons, with night vision from a helicopter. I have seen that done. I've never got to do it yet, but I definitely want to hunt hogs from a helicopter.
Okay, that's different.
Yeah.
Goodness sakes. Well, Spicy, anything else you want to share with us, or you getting tired, worn out? We don't want to, you've been off your meds now for a while.
Yeah, I am starting to hurt a little bit, definitely in my elbow. Mm-hmm. So as soon as this is over, I will be taking some medication. But no, I don't have anything much to add. I think we covered a lot of it. Definitely, keep checking on my channel. I do have some pretty interesting videos coming up in the near future. As soon as my hand gets to healing a little better and I can move a little bit more, I've got some great ideas that I've picked up that I want to put on my channel.
Well, and I certainly hope that everybody here subscribes to you. And hey, everybody is not going to 100% of the time make videos you 100% like.
Right.
But everybody puts out videos once in a while that you do. And if you're not subscribed, you miss that opportunity to see him. So subscribe to him. And if you're not subscribed to us, subscribe to us. And every Monday night, we'll have somebody new on. Next week, folks, we are going to have very, very interesting person, Brad Harris. FullSpectrumSurvival is going to be with us. So if you have the prepper mindset, he has a fantastic following, some 65,000 subscribers. So he's going to be on our show next week. Spicy, we thank you very much for this evening. We've enjoyed it.
Oh, thank y'all for this opportunity.
It was great.
And everyone, I wish you the best. Thank you so much for all being here.
Yes, Daniel, you'll get your $2. Send us your address.
Yeah, send us your address. Okay.
Got Finger Licks Prepper and Daniel, both of them.
So
everyone have a fantastic night. Thank you for sticking with us. It was a great evening. I knew it would be. It was great. Thank you, Spicy.
Thank you so much.
Thank y'all.
Have a nice evening.
Y'all too.